Hey guys, welcome to Tarot Angel Intuitive. This is Jess, and I wanted to come here today to give you a message from Spirit. I want to thank you for visiting my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. So I have already cleared my space. I've spoken with my Spirit team, and we're just going to kind of roll and see what happens. If you do like the content that I have, please like the video, subscribe. I'd love to see you here. I do read a little bit different. I'm an intuitive tarot reader, so a lot of times I don't necessarily look at or go by traditional tarot definitions. I like to read the energy and whatever spirit comes through me, so we just kind of have a very go with the flow type of communication. So let's get started and see where I'm being drawn to. All right, Spirit, what does the viewer need to know on their journey? Being drawn to a different deck, so we're gonna go with it. All right, Spirit, what message does the viewer need to know? Okay. If I do go quiet, it's only because I'm trying to get the energy and listen to any messages that Spirit may have. So for who I'm picking up on, you're in a very reflective state right now. I'm not feeling anxious. I'm not feeling depressed. I'm kind of in a state of reflection and acceptance for the situation, for how they are, or for things, just accepting things for what it is. Okay. All right, Spirit, what can you tell me about this energy? It's almost as if it's a puzzle you're trying to figure out. Anything else? Yeah, I'm sensing that there's information that you feel like is missing. You know, because if you look at this particular card, this is the Queen of Pentacles, positive, and she's got, you know, kind of this darkness around her, and she is looking at this coin. But the sense that I'm getting is almost as if she's kind of stepping out of the darkness, and I don't necessarily see this as a coin. I'm picking up that this is kind of, she's allowing Spirit to guide her, even though she's still there. Nothing has come into focus in the background. She's not sure where she's going. She's not sure what's kind of going to happen around her. She's so focused on listening to what Spirit is telling her and guiding her to kind of get through what's going on. And the way that she's holding herself, she's carrying herself very well. It's almost as if she is kind of shoulders back, standing up for herself, very poised in the direction that she's going, even if she may not know where she is going. Yeah, and she is in this cave behind her, so it's let me get some more information, because there's not a lot coming in. And that could be the state that you're in. You could have kind of gone into more of that hermit mode, kind of pulled back from everything so you can refocus on your own journey and your own priorities. And so you've kind of cut yourself off from the world so you can figure these things out, so you can kind of really see where you're going and what you're focusing on and centering on this. So then we have the Seven of Wands, positive. And so for this one, you know, you really look and see, of course, there are like all of these muscles, but there's also a certain degree, to me, it looks like there's been a struggle, you know, especially because you can see kind of his ribs and you can see his bones. So it's almost as if you're getting down to the bones of everything, kind of really digging deep and learning to fight for what is important to you, and really kind of stripping everything bare, because he doesn't even have hair on his head. So you've really just kind of cleansed, and you've gotten rid of all of the things that don't really matter. Gone, again, like I said, to the bare bones of everything. But there's life in the background. And I see the dark clouds. It looks like there's kind of a storm back there. So it's almost as if you've been really picking the battles that you need to fight and using your time and your energy in a more constructive manner in what's going on. You know, you're almost like cutting out the noise of a lot of things. And the fact that we do see this, the only clothing that he has on, and he's got a small bracelet on there, but the only piece of fabric that is kind of encircling him is that yellow color. So that is that solar plexus. So his identity, he has stripped everything else away and is figuring out and fighting for who he is. You know, it's that ego that he is fighting. And really trying to, almost to a certain degree, kind of shed some of it, because it does look like it's going to fall off of him at any point. So it's fighting for that, really struggling, you know, letting the divine lead you, and dropping some of this ego that has been holding you back or getting in your way or keeping you stuck in really negative patterns. And that's kind of where you're having to address things. So we have the Page of Cups, positive. And again, this one reminds me here, to a certain degree, that before you may have been addressing issues in the past, and now you're looking towards the future, but you've kind of changed what your focus is on. You know, in the past, it was more materialistic things with the pentacle that's right there. But now in the future, it's more of a love, emotion, and that is how you're approaching things. And we've got the flowers, so that, again, there's life, there's giving the life. I see the roses, and I see, looks like some daisies there. So those may be significant for some of you out there. But again, he's just really leading. And by leading from the cup, you know, he's kind of embraced the blue, which is going to be your third eye. So he's leading, he's found the spirituality. He's shed this ego. And by shedding that ego and adapting a new way of approaching life through love, he has a new outlook. He's had to really, and this is kind of part of the journey, where, you know, you may have had to find out, okay, what are false idols? What am I believing in that's not necessarily true? What is attached to me that is just keeping me down, but I think I need it, but I really don't. And this could be a lot of different things. This could be financial things. Are you paying for things that you don't need to? Do you have subscriptions, or do you have things automatically being drafted out of your bank account that you just totally forgot about? And each month it keeps coming out and you just feel like you can't ever catch up on your bills or savings and things like that. Do you have friends that you are constantly giving to, jobs that you are constantly giving to, and they kind of approach you with a falseness, but in all actuality, they say they're loyal, but they're just actually leeching off of you. Because look at the power dynamic. They have more power and hold on you than you expect. Even though you're holding the leash here, you think you're in control. Not necessarily. Because at any point, they can just kind of overpower you. I mean, honestly, they can just they shake their head and they can fling you away. And then what? So you've had to really kind of dig deep and go through within your soul. You've kind of had to deal with ghosts of the past and kind of deal with attachments and you know, what are things that are stealing your joy? What are things that are kind of getting in the way of your happiness? Or what, you know, you've had this spiritual journey or this really transformative journey of the self. Even if you don't necessarily ascribe to the spirituality component of things, that's okay. This is still talking about a journey of self-discovery, of figuring out what is of importance to you and fighting for what's important to you and really figuring out who you are, and then changing your outlook on life to something that is more positive, that gives you more life. Okay, so Spirit, what does the viewer need to know about this journey? Or what direction are they going in? And I'm feeling that you're just kind of there in the process right now. You're not really stressed out too much about it. Again, you're kind of taking it as it is. School. So the answer that you're seeking involves going to school. And that's what I'm kind of getting this. I'm kind of getting where you're just learning. You're really reflecting and you're really doing the research and trying to sit with it and study things and look at things and try to figure out what's working and what isn't working. And then we have books. You connect to your life purpose through your involvement with books. Figuring out your purpose. Again, self-growth. Wanting to learn new things to make things better for you that give you more enjoyment. For some of you, again, those that are on the spiritual journey, the Akashic records is what's coming to mind here. You know, you may have been doing some work trying to get that information for you. Okay, so in shuffling, we have the Justice card also. So your career brings fairness and protection to others who need help. So yeah, it's almost like bringing balance into your life. I like the energy. I do. It's almost as if you've kind of accepted things for how they are, and you're not judging yourself, you're not condemning yourself. You've kind of let go of a lot of the guilt and shame, I think, that may have been attached to what you've done in the past. It's releasing attachments that you've outgrown. Okay, Spirit, any final messages for the viewer? Okay. If it is meant to be, it will be. You won't have to force, convince, or worry over it. Let it flow, let it be, and let it come to you. You're attracting everything you need. Trust the timing of your life. Exactly. That sums it up perfectly, the energy that I'm picking up on. You're in a very calm state right now. I like it. It's a very good energy to just kind of be, because where you're at right now, I'm picking up that whatever comes your way, you've either already dealt with it before, or you're in one of those states where you're going to be like, okay, this is happening. All right, hold on. I'm not going to react. Let me think about it. Let me figure out what the next step is going to be. You're going to be in a very active state instead of a reactive state, which is a great, great, great place to be, because that gives you power of choice. That means you are in control of the choices and the directions that you go in your life. You've done a lot of work. You really have done a lot of good work. And the energy is very, very nice to kind of sit with it. And I think that whoever is kind of watching this right now, you know it. You're very confident in it. You're very solid and set in the energy that you're in. And you've just kind of accepted that things are going to be as they're meant to be. So congratulations. This may have been kind of what the end goal was for some people. To kind of allow yourself to be in control, or spirit to be in control, whichever you ascribe to, without being manipulated by others, or without being ruled by your emotions and reactions or fears to make decisions in your life. All right, Spirit, any other final messages? Guys, I'm sorry, something's going on with my technology. If you notice the breaks in the videos. Okay, those difficult times will pass. Nothing bad lasts forever. The sun will shine again. The birds will sing. The clouds will clear, and you will be glad you kept moving forward. You will soon be rewarded for your patience. Hold on. You are far stronger than you think. Yep, so that just clarifies it. You're in a great energy. Keep doing the work that you're doing. I'm getting that even though bad things may happen in the future, you've already gone through the worst of it. You know how to handle it. You know what triggers you, and you've really done the work to get where you are. So again, before, congratulations. And, you know, if any of this resonated with you, feel free to leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you. And this is the end of the message for Spirit today, but it's a really great energy. So thank you, and I will see you next time.